A chaotic scene unfolded in Johnson City, Tennessee today as over 150 students from Science Hill High School abandoned their fourth period classes, some reportedly in the middle of exams, to stage an anti-ICE protest on the side of the highway. The walkout has sparked intense debate, especially after a local political candidate allegedly began berating students who weren't participating. The protest was reportedly encouraged and cheered on by Christy Burke, a Democrat running for Congress. According to witnesses, Burke took it a step further by publicly scolding students who complained about the disruption to their academic schedule. And then they quote me saying, "I can promise you that fascism will disrupt your life significantly more than a protest will," Burke allegedly told students. She continued on by stating, "All students deserve to learn in peace, but there's no peace under this regime. I hope you will show some support to your classmates." And I am just so fascinated by the way this was written, by the way it was presented, and people who will be reading it that will receive so much false information, disinformation from this post and form an opinion based on that. This is a really important lesson in media literacy. How do we read media? What is it telling us? Is it using emotionally charged language? Is it giving us all of the facts? It says they abandoned their fourth period classes. They didn't just walk out, they abandoned their classes. That is very strong language for students skipping class. And it says to stage an anti-ICE protest on the side of the highway. Yeah, their school is on the side of the highway. They did it right in front of their school on the sidewalk. Now, this is when it gets into disinformation territory, because it says the walkout sparked intense debate after a local political candidate allegedly began berating students who weren't participating. Now, the way they've written this makes it seem like I went out there and berated students at the protest for not participating. When in reality, what they're reporting on is a single comment that I made after the protest on Facebook to a student that came to my page and said that they felt disrupted by the protests because they were in class and maybe they were disrupted. And so I responded to them saying that fascism will disrupt their life, that I hope they support their classmates, and that all students deserve to learn in peace. This was a comment that I left, not something that I was doing while I was at the protest. I didn't berate a single person at the protest. In fact, I was one of the only adults that was willing to stand with the students and to keep them safe and away from the highway.
Road, guys, you gotta stay out of the road. You gotta stay on the road. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt.
Because while they were down at the sidewalk and getting a little close to the road, their teachers and the police officers were lined up the hill behind them.